Hi, Don Campbell here, and I just downloaded the new Google Maps app for the iPhone. You may have heard about this, that in the last version of iOS, Apple dumped the Google Maps app as the default, and they put their own mapping tool on there, their own maps. In fact, I'll show you what it looks like. So this is the Apple Maps, and there were a lot of problems with it. People were having trouble, different kind of things like that, and then there was a lot of speculation about what was going to happen. But months later, now Google has their own app. And so I wanted to explore that and kind of look around. So they've put their app out there. It's available for anyone to download in the iPhone App Store. And it's pretty slick. So let's check it out. First of all, I went in and I typed in chiropractor near San Jose. And it came back with some results for me. Here you can see a nice little map. And it looks a little different than it did before. The mapping is now vector based. And it's got some pretty cool stuff on it. You can you can move around now in the record and see the reviews. It's nicely done, right? They did a good job. You can get directions, change your routes. It has transit directions with which the Apple mapping tool does not have. And you can do all kinds of neat little things. You can also, as you're scrolling around, you can zoom in and do all the typical stuff. There's this little slider down here. You can just swipe it out and you can do, okay, show me public transit directions or show me traffic. And you can turn that stuff on and off pretty quickly in here. And that makes it really nice. So the other thing you can do is you can do satellite and Google Earth. So they've got some really slick features that you can play with here. Or you can just pull up a list of the results. The other thing you can do is you can swipe and it moves through the different pins on the map, right? And so you can move through here until you find one that you want, and then you can call it, you can share it, an email, and do all kinds of cool things like that. So at first glance, it looks pretty nice. They've got some nice directions and driving directions and things like that. You can pull it up, get different routes, and it'll walk me through everything. So I'm really glad to have this back on the iPhone because the Apple one had some cool features to it, but it just wasn't really up to snuff. I mean, Google's been working on this app for something like 7 or 8 years, and something like Maps is just very, very detailed and complicated, and it's going to take Apple's tool a while to come back. Now, with that said, you don't want to ignore the Apple tool either, because there's millions and millions of these iPhones that have been sold out there, and a lot of people aren't going to go download the Google one, so you need to show up for this one too. And so what you want to do for that, if you take a look at David Mim has a really nice chart out on getlisted.org, and it shows all of the sort of like the ecosystem. It's called the Apple Maps ecosystem, and this is speculation, of course, but David's pretty, he does his research. So you can see that primary sources here, it looks like, TomTom is feeding into the Apple Map tool and Siri, right, which is the voice activated capability. So is Yelp and Localese. In fact, a lot of people are speculating that the Apple map goes to Yelp first, and if it doesn't find the business, then it falls back to some of these other sources. So anyway, this is a nice sort of like a chart to understand where Apple is going for its information on local businesses. So you still want to show up for this, is definitely something you want to focus on, but it's nice to have the Apple one as well. So anyway, check it out. Let me know what you think. And if you download it and try it out, let me know if you find any interesting features or cool things. All right, thanks.